Dr. Dr. Poki, I am a personally certified madman. Personally certified madman. I don't pretend to be gentle, but I'm a disciplined, cultured man. But don't push me. If you put this finger too deep into somebody's nostrils, blood will come out. It's true. That's where I am different from most people. I've never walked outside the age of 29. I've never worked for any person because I don't like being put into a box. I'm very, very radical when it comes to some issues. So, don't follow me. I'm just telling you my story. Don't follow my principles, please. Don't follow them. Keep your comments to you. Don't follow my principles. But this is my story. This is my song. Your own might be different. I went to preach in a denomination. Number one, I spoke to the managers of, then it was called NEPA, PHCN. I spoke to managers from Edo, Ekiti, Delta, and one other state. And somebody there saw me and invited me to his church. And usually, whoever is a manager in any of these companies, when he sees you as a pastor, he tends to want to think that you are a pastor because you're unreasonable, you are a pastor because you are lazy, you are a pastor because you are dependent on people. And some of them that are managers in these companies, they treat people who are pastors to them in the church committee as if they are trash. He did not know that the deputy governor of that state knows me personally. So I was driving down, he was hurrying me. I said, my friend, don't put me under pressure. Don't put me under pressure. I got there, he said that we closed early here, but I saw other churches that were still on. He didn't tell me when I would come, and I was driving from Ugeli to that place. He was not concerned about my safety. I got there, I said, sir, you are going to speak for 15 minutes. I said, that's more than enough. And I spoke for 10 minutes, and the hall erupted. Said, you can call. I gave him the microphone and left. And they took me to a hotel, dirty hotel, that I was with my wife. A harlot was calling me there, calling my room. That kind of place. Brutal, so to say. Harlot phoned me that she wanted to come down and spoil me. And they went to buy meals from one buka, what we call buka. It's kind of dirty place. The food was remnants. Even when you buy meals in the evening in some of these restaurants in Nigeria, the bottom remnants. I tolerated them. Next day I spoke and I left. Sometimes I don't respond. And then the wife of the senior pastor said I should come and speak to women in one big conference. She thought she was doing me a favor. No. You think I'm proud? That's just me. I suffered too many indignities growing up as a poor man's son that I will not hand that over to my children. My son was coming from the US, got to France, my last born, and somebody wanted to intimidate him. He refused. Show me your passport, because he's a Nigerian. He said, I've shown, they've checked my passport and they've given me a boarding pass. And they allowed him to enter the plane. This color, they will want to treat you like trash. Treat you like trash. I saw a young boy wrestling with a white boy. I have white daughter-in-law. I'm not a racist. But this color was wrestling with a boy, I think in the United States. He had put the boy down. They refused to declare him the winner. He now used the Nigerian style, lifted the boy up and whipped the ground with it, with the boy. They declared him the winner by force. That's how it is. You have to give honor to this color, and you have to behave, you have to excel 10 times more than whoever is competing with you. She was telling me, this, it should be there by 9, it should be this by that. I told her, madam, you don't issue orders to me like that. I am not one of your pastors. I told him, Mike Murdoch is coming to speak. Mike Murdoch has no wife. But you will listen to him. If I was without a wife at home, if I was not married to a woman, if I divorced my wife, won't you call me gay or that I had something I am doing? And you are going to pay to attend. You want to treat me like trash? Say, madam, I don't take that. She was shocked to her bones. You see, in this house, people tread with caution around me. There are things they know, boundaries you don't cross. That's how to be a leader. That's how to be a husband. That's how to be a father. There are boundaries I don't cross in my wife's line. This is her room. Her restroom is just by this place. I don't use her restroom. I respect that boundary. I respect that boundary. If she starts a negotiation with somebody and I was not party to the negotiation, if you come to meet me, I will say, go back to her. Conclude it with her. I respect her boundary. But you see, people don't want to respect you as a human being. They want to treat you by their perceived value for you. And I rebuke that woman. Mike Murdoch is an American. I'm a Nigerian. If I went to the same schools with him, he wouldn't have beaten me in exams. He has his privileges. I have my own experience and privileges. But you want to treat him like an angel and treat me like trash? It doesn't work. In this country, no. Even in America, I won't take it. Oh, I'm a proud man. I agree. I'm a madman. I agree. But this is me. It's my life. Not my life. Not be your own. It's my life. I will give report of this life. My children and my grandchildren will. And then she sent me a message and I fired her. And my daughter saw the message on my phone. She said she quickly ran to the reply and saw the reply again. Said, that's my daddy. Daddy the daddy. The husband went and blocked me from speaking in their denomination. That blocked me. They were the losers. They needed me. After many years, her son was acting as an usher, a driver for me when I went to speak somewhere else. And eventually that blockade was lifted. And they were blessed by what is in me. Value, create value, have value as content, have value for your color and for your person. Dr. Poki. I had another experience. The Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, PFN, Delta State Chapter, invited me to come and speak to them. Bishops, all their titles, all their regalia. They invited me to come and speak on a subject matter that I knew would put me into trouble. And I told them, you're looking, this subject matter, you're looking for somebody to put into trouble. I am ready to enter that trouble. And as I was preaching, there was my pastor, a senior pastor in my denomination, Church of God Mission, in my denomination. As I was preaching, he crossed his leg and was reading a newspaper. because he knew me. He knew me as an ordinary human being in our denomination. I rebuked him. Pastor, please put that newspaper away and pay attention to what I'm saying, because the topic was maintaining standards. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm the guest speaker for now. And he folded the newspaper. And the moderator was agitated. A lot of them were agitated. And then when I just spoke for a few minutes, because they called me to speak the truth, but they were not ready to behave themselves. And after 10 minutes, they came to give me paper that I should stop preaching. And one of the bishops, I will call his name Bishop Kingsley Nakireri of the Heroes of Faith Church. This thing took place in Bishop Ojoko's church, Jesus Dominion Ministry. And I've been going there to preach since then. Bishop Kingsley Nakireri stood up that this message must be preached and must be completed, because they didn't want to hear what I was saying, which was the truth. And I preached. And the place erupted. And some of them went to hold a meeting that they should not invite me to their churches again. But they are inviting me. They are inviting me because I've created value for myself and I've produced value. You see, I rebuked one white pastor in Durban who thought I was a typical black man. I rebuked him. Rebuked him. And all of them sat up. Listen and listen well. If you want to be unstoppable, don't let people stop you. Don't let people stop you. You have to have the heart of a lion inside you. Have the heart of a lion inside you. You behave like a sheep, you'll be cheap. You behave like a sheep, S-H-E-E-P, you'll be cheap, C-H-E-A-P. I'm a madman, I agree. I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Pokey. Send a message to me on +234 70 52 13 6763. You will register for my upcoming seminar on preparing for retirement and aging. Boy, I'm enjoying old age. If I had managed my youthful time very stupidly and allowed people to treat me like trash, I can't have cash in this generation. God bless you. Please, if you want to unsubscribe now, you can. This is me. I'm not normal.